There are some behaviors cats do that look innocent, like staring at you, moving their tails, or smiling, but may actually be warning signs. You'll see what these behaviors really mean, but here's the creepiest ones. Especially the last one will give you the chills. Cats staring at walls and ceilings. First, some cats like to stare at walls or ceilings. The best case scenario here, and probably the most common reason, is that they're just tired, bored, or daydreaming. But it could also be an obsessive behavior they feel the need to do, like how cats randomly start playing with their own tails. Or your cat is simply interested in something that is hanging on the wall, such as a picture. Cats also like to stare at moving and eye-catching objects, such as a ceiling fan or maybe a chandelier. Another interesting reason why your cat might be staring at the walls is that there could be an infestation of rats or bugs in your wall. Cats can hear sounds 3 times farther better than we can, so they can hear something scurrying behind walls that we don't. The worst-case scenario is that it's a health issue. Cat dementia, also known as cognitive dysfunction syndrome, CDS, which is kind of like Alzheimer's in humans, is a health condition where one symptom could be blank, staring at objects, or confusion. Then there's always the possibility that you have a ghost in your house and your cat is trying to communicate with them. Tail movements. Now, a cat staring at you is another potentially scary warning sign. But first, let's talk about the behavior that might be the most confusing, which is the movements of their tails. Most people think cats shake their tails because they're happy, but that's not always the case. They could also be shaking their tails because they're feeling scared, irritated, or even territorial. If they're scared, their tail is usually downwards, tucked in between their legs, and the tip of their tail will also be curled and swishing intermittently. If the cat is irritated, its tail will be low to the ground, and the whole tail will be swishing side to side along with the upright ears. And if they're feeling territorial, the entire tail will be completely straight and upright with shivering movements, and the hair on the tail will occasionally appear erected. The weirdest thing about cats swishing their tails, though, is that scientists have found the direction cats swish their tails, along with body language, might also be an indicator of their mood. The University of Pennsylvania School of Veterinary Medicine's animal behavior specialists state that you always have to take whole body language into account when reading tail signals in cats, because tail swishing from side to side can mean both that your cat is irritated or happy. It's the body language that will help you judge its mood. For example, if the cat is happy, it will appear calm. However, if it is irritated, its ears will be upright, and its body hair may be erected, along with side-to-side tail movements. Paw licking. Now, this next behavior can be very normal, or indicate that something's wrong, and that is licking their paws. Yes, cats are excellent self-groomers, and licking their paws is part of that process. But they could do it for another reason. If your cat is constantly licking any one of its paws, it could be a sign of injury, or something is stuck between its paw pads like a splinter or a pebble. If any of its nails are broken or injured, the cat may start licking the paw and area around it. If they're licking their paws as if they're itchy, then it could be allergies, infection, or parasites. Then again, it just might be that they're bored, anxious, or it's compulsive behavior. If your cat is licking their paws constantly and frequently, then it's probably a good idea to visit the vet. Panting. But this next warning sign is even more innocent looking than paw licking, and that is panting. There are many reasons cats pant. The most harmless reasons are thankfully the most common ones, which are when they feel hot or excited. It could be a sign of something else. If they're in an unfamiliar environment like the vet's clinic, or there are loud sounds or fireworks going off, then it's likely that they're panting because they're scared. But if they're not hot, they're not excited, and they're not anxious, then you might want to do some digging to see what could be wrong, because it could mean that they're sick or in pain. Next up is the weirdest behavior in this video. But first, if you want your cat to be the happiest, healthiest kitty, they can subscribe to this YouTube channel so you never miss out on any of our future videos. Cats always land on their feet. Now, one of the strangest behaviors, or you can say the fact about cats, is that they always land on their feet whenever they fall or jump from a high spot. It's amazing yet strange, but is actually a sign of their agility and flexibility, and how their body works. The way cats almost always manage to land on their feet while jumping or falling from high spots is due to the righting reflex. Righting reflex is basically when a cat twists and turns its body while in midair, so they are able to land on its feet. Cats can pull this off due to their extremely flexible backbone, strong muscles, agile tail, and light body structure. However, sadly, this is not the case with all cats. When cats get old or are very young or sick, they might not be able to perform righting reflex, resulting in injuries, and they can end up in a vet's clinic. Unwanted aggression in cats. Next, we've got a behavior that may or may not be a concerning warning sign. A cat showing aggressive behavior may not actually be feeling aggressive. You might come across a cat that's growling at you and think, wow, this is a scary, aggressive cat. But it's possible that they're more scared of you than you are of them. And what looks like aggression to you is actually fear. Cats might also growl or hiss and appear aggressive because they're in pain, and that's the only way they know how to express it. But either way, a scared cat or an injured cat can still bite or scratch you. So definitely be careful if a cat is growling or hissing at you. Yawning in cats. But this next innocent-looking behavior is kind of like the total opposite of growling, and it is yawning. Yes, cats may yawn because they're tired, but if it's not bedtime and your cat is yawning, it could be a sign that they're stressed or irritated. If something is stuck in the cat's mouth or there is irritation in there, the cat will yawn but will not stretch its body. Cats hate for water. Here's an example of a peculiar behavior that can confuse some cat owners. Everybody knows cats hate water, but why is that? Scientists say cats dislike water because their coats are dense and do not dry quickly, causing discomfort and increasing the possibility of catching a cold. Another reason cats hate water is that their ancestors were desert-dwelling creatures and had minimal interaction with water or rain. Therefore, it's in their genes. However, not all cats are the same. For example, Maine coons like water compared to other breeds and enjoy bathing. Cats shaking their head. But this next innocent-looking warning sign actually makes a lot of sense once you realize why they're doing it, and that is cats shaking their heads. Cats will often do this because they have an itch, or they've got something on their head or in their ear. But if you see a cat constantly shaking its head, it could be a sign that they have an ear infection, which is mostly related to mites, ear polyps, or some other underlying health issue. According to veterinarians, if your cat is shaking their head repeatedly and doesn't stop after a day or so, then you must consult a vet, chasing their own tail. This next behavior is the funniest one in this video, but could still be a warning sign. It's the classic behavior of cats chasing their own tail. Cats often do this because they're playing. They're wondering what this furry thing that follows them all day long is prey, so they go try to catch it. But it could be more than just playing. They could be bored or stressed out, or maybe they're not getting enough attention from their owner. Tail injury or pain can also cause cats to engage with their tail. In their effort to scratch or lick it, they're chasing it and unintentionally making you laugh. Cats staring at you. But the next warning sign is staring you in the face. Literally, when a cat stares at you, it could be either wonderful or concerning. According to PTMD, a cat staring at you doesn't mean they love you. In the feline world, staring another cat in the eyes is often a threatening behavior and a sign to get out of their territory. If the staring is accompanied by other signs of aggression such as tail swishing side to side, vocalization, upright ears, and erected body hair, you don't want to get close. However, sometimes cats stare simply because they want some food, playtime, or attention, and while doing so they will appear relaxed and calm with no signs of aggression. Sometimes, they just stare at us as if they want to tell us something, or see if we are trying to tell them something, which is cuter than the fact they might be trying to threaten us. Now, along with staring, cats might also go and sniff your body, and you can see the weird reason why they do that in this next video.